Alright guys, as you saw, I picked up a 2018 SRT Durango. Main reason was because I wanted to kind of get back into Mopar scene. A lot of my early followers, actually, what it came from was actually me doing content on the Scat Pack, and that's when my channel really started to grow. So I kind of wanted to get back into the Mopar scene, and I kind of missed it too as well. Just didn't have the right opportunity to get kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to get another Charger, didn't want to get a Challenger. I needed something a little bit bigger. And originally when the SRT Durango first came out, I really couldn't afford it. I wasn't in the job that I was working now and whatnot, and yeah, so it just kind of worked out perfectly. So as I mentioned, when you're looking for something in the SUV performance segment, it's kind of hard and you're limited on the type of vehicles you can get. And you know, just to name a few, you know, you have the BMW X5M, you have the Audi Q8s and Q7s, or S7s, S8s, and RSQ8, RSQ7, so on and so forth. The GL63s, G63 AMGs, Porsche Cayennes, and you know, up until just recently, you know, the CTS-V or the Escalade V wasn't out, but obviously I can't afford that either. So a lot of these vehicles were way outside of my price range, and there wasn't really anything that compared other than getting the Durango SRT. I did contemplate a Jeep originally, but I kind of wanted the extra longer wheelbase and the extra space, since this one will be doing some traveling in, towing in on occasion, and being able to be comfortable and taking my daughter around in the vehicle. So it kind of worked out perfectly. So the car is a certified pre-owned. If you're not aware, certified pre-owned is 3,000 miles bumper to bumper from when you buy it, and then you get 100,000 miles or 7 years from Dodge. Now there's a misconception that SRT Durangos cannot be certified pre-owned, because I had a few people ask me this question before. So SRT Durangos are one of the only ones that can be, and Scat Packs and SRT Chargers. Hellcats cannot be certified pre-owned, from, if I understand correctly, and I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can get a Hellcat Durango or a Hellcat Charger Challenger in a certified pre-owned. There might be a special stipulations if it's like super low miles, because sometimes you'll see them with like 2,000 miles on them, but realistically you only have like the standard manufacturer warranty. So this one pushes it out to 7 years or 100,000 miles, which is perfect. I don't plan to do anything performance wise, minus maybe a couple bolt-ons here and there, but realistically I was going to leave performance alone and do more cosmetic. I already had some plans and some ideas for it, but I, you know, just got the vehicle, just wanted to enjoy it, just drive it, and it's been doing great so far. I've already had it towed twice with it, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It tows very, you know, really nice and straight, tows smoothly, and since it just hit 60,000 miles, I think here in the next few thousand miles I'm going to do some fluid changes, transfer case, differentials and stuff like that, just to show you guys how to do it and that it can be done. I know some people are probably going to be like, oh, I thought this was a zero service or no open maintenance on some of these items, or they're longer, but I've always felt like right around 60,000 is kind of like a sweet spot for differentials and stuff that I think is a great time to do it. So obviously you can do you, and you can follow the manufacturer specifications if you want to just do it at a later time. So comparing the other vehicles, as I mentioned before, the biggest thing was price point. The main things that I love about the Durango is the main key features that you would be looking for. One is the space, drivability. You know, it drives as like you're driving a car, not a big SUV. The power, you know, horsepower is there. As you guys know, it's 475 and 465 if I remember correctly for the 392s. The all-wheel drive was a big one for me. I wanted an all-wheel drive vehicle, so that also was a big selling point. And the price point, you know, you just can't beat it for the overall package. In the mid 40s, you can find one with decent mileage on it, not too high, not too low. Obviously, if you go a little bit lower, they're going to be pushing closer to like low to mid 50s. But yeah, I mean, I think it's in a great price segment if you're looking for like a family vehicle that has, you know, some performance characteristics to it as well. And so lastly, the SRT4, as you guys saw. So I mentioned this years ago, but probably was just in passing. But I used to own an SRT4 back in high school, and it was like one of my first real cars that I purchased. And I did love the car and everything, and it did well for me for the few years I owned it. Then I moved back to the US because I was in Europe at the time. Did not bring the car back with me, sold it to another American in the area, and haven't looked back. And now that they're starting to become harder to find and everything else, I kind of forgot about them until recently. Somebody passed me on the highway with one, and it kind of clicked, in my head. I'm like, you know what, I haven't checked those out in a long time, and started looking, and I kind of wanted to go for a Caliber just because I didn't own one. I had a Neon already, but they were more than what I really wanted to spend. The car market is still kind of finicky right now. Stuff is starting to come down in price, but some people, especially on the private sector, they're still thinking that all their vehicles are worth gold. So I figured the Neon SRT4 was a perfect platform since I'm familiar with it already, and I have all kinds of plans for that one. So if you're interested, stay tuned on that. We're going to be doing some cosmetic stuff, some motor work, probably go big turbo. That one that vehicle was a perfect pickup because it has good bones on it. It's not heavily modified, just some basic bolt-ons, and he was the second owner of the vehicle, so didn't have a lot of tampering with and whatnot. And it was a southern car. It pretty much lived in Texas his whole life, so that was also a big plus. No salt, no other issues to kind of deal with. So that's going to be a fun little project. After we get the workshop up and running, as you saw, and get that all situated, that's when I'll be able to kind of do more content. I'm still fixing that, working that, and getting that completed here soon. Hopefully I'll take you guys in there to take a look after the contractor comes back and finishes some stuff, but it's going to be an exciting time. I'm planning to have a lift in there, have all my stuff set up, plenty of room to do all kinds of work, have a wash bay. It's going to be a pretty nice setup, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Just wanted to show you that and just kind of show what was been going on. And so I hope you guys have a good new year, had a happy Christmas, and I hope you're ready for 2024 when we start producing some content out there. But other than that, hopefully you guys have a nice rest of your year, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.